Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching NewsX and I'm Vaishali Kohli. Now Chennai Super Kings defeated Delhi Capitals by 23 runs to register their first victory of IPL 2026 on Saturday. Having lost their first 3 matches of the season, CSK posted a formidable 212 for 6 in 20 overs after being invited to bat at the MA Chidambaram Stadium, Chennai. Samson smashed a 56-ball, 115 not out, while Ayush Mahatre scored 59 off 36. Samson struck 4 sixes and 15 fours during his blistering knock, stitching key partnerships 62 with Rituraj Gaikwad, 113 with Mahatre, and an unbroken 37 with Shivam Dubey. In the chase, Delhi were bowled out for 189, with Jamie Overton returning figures of 4-4-18. To discuss this and decode this, I'm being joined by cricket scholar Sunil Yashkalra. Sunil, the floor is all yours.
Well, thank you very much. It was one of the best matches CSK was hoping for. In fact, I remember Toss Risby siding not with CSK, and so was David Brooks, but it would bring some smiles onto one of our guest panelists here, AKS Satish, the former sports editor of Gulf News. Satish, let me open the show with you. Do you think finally Chennai Super Kings brought back the same traditional, the flavor of the old CSK style yesterday? Your views?
Hi, Sunil. Hi, fellow panelists. Hi, viewers. Good evening, everybody. Yes, I'm quite happy with the win and the way the team batted, but not entirely happy because, thanks to the brilliant spell by Overton, Jamie Overton, he really brought the team back with a fantastic spell, and AK Kamboch came up and did a bit of his work. But if you ask me, I have one big vacuum I still feel that Chennai Super Kings have not been able to fill. That's the absence of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. If you look at the bowling, after the 6 overs, traditionally in the last 18 years, management, the coaches, the bowling coaches, nobody needs to do anything. Once you are on the field is set, the bowlers are told to bowl at a particular length. Yesterday, I felt the bowling was all over the place because the fielding was set at a different place. The bowling was bowling at a different place. There was a bit of a disconnect. So I would say I'm not entirely happy because at this rate, Chennai Super Kings might have to score more than 225 at every game, which might not be the case every matches. But there are small things that the bowling department needs to do. But if you look at the batting, right from after the first game at Guwahati, Chennai has been batting well. This is the second 200 plus knock, and Sanju Samson coming onto the for big stage and getting into the form. You can't ask for any better start from Sanju, and I'm sure he will get from better to better. And as he goes by, he will carry the team forward. But yes, another 10-15 runs because he scored his 115 in 56 balls, which is less than the 15, half the number of the balls in the Chennai Kings over. So Chennai should have at least got 230 plus. So these are small things, but at the end of it, at least the first win would give them a lot of confidence going forward and taking it one step at a time.
Well, absolutely. One step at a time is what CSK was aiming to do, and they exactly did the same. David Brooks, who joins us from London, the former cricket director of Channel 4. David Brooks, Sanju Samson seems to be like, the important integral part of the CSK team. Do you think it's like a foregone conclusion, like the increase in taxes, eventuality of death, and the presence of Sanju Samson in the team?
Well, it's not as inevitable as those other things you mentioned, because whether he's got that consistency or not. But one thing you can say is when he gets going, once he's in, he really capitalizes on that, doesn't he? I love the way he takes guard again when he gets to 50, as if to say, my job's not done. I'm going for a big score. His century, the way that he goes on to make those big scores and get those tons. His century making rate, 6 in the IPL, is right up there with some of the great players. And So in that regard, he's quite special. He also clearly studies the game. You know, he was able to pick Ngidi's slower ball that's bamboozled a lot of people. He was able to pick that very nicely. So yeah, very impressive. Once Samson gets going, he means business, doesn't he?
Well, absolutely. He means business. But what is the striking thing that was present yesterday about Sanju Samson's inning? Was he pacing it well, according to you? You're not a big fan of the hundreds, but the hundred he scored last night. What was so peculiar about that hundred?
Oh, I love seeing players score centuries. It's just 100 competition, which is a poor imitation of many better like the IPL. But no, I like the way that Samson, he kept the ball on the deck, didn't he, to begin with? The sixes didn't flow right from ball one. So he did pace himself. The sixes then started to come. And yeah, he went, as they say in the UK, he went through the gears. He went through the gears, and yeah, it was a very, very impressive performance. And all Indian fans will be pleased to see that he's translated that international form into the IPL.
Well, absolutely. Matre and Samson's touch was the partnership of the match. Toss Rizvi, the man from Mumbai, who's seen Matre grow from a little toddler to the monster Matre has become. Toss Rizvi, welcome to the show. And what do you make up of Ayush Matre, who plays 59 of 36 deliveries before retiring hurt in the 113 run form of the match yesterday?
First of all, to correct you yesterday, I did not say CSK is going to lose. I said CSK is going to be favorite. Law of averages are going to catch up.
Yeah, you did.
Correct you. My money was on CSK.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
as far as Sanju and Ayush Matre is concerned, I mean, yeah, Sanju's innings. I mean, just look at the competition which is increasing among the openers. First, I would love to have a chat on openers with Suryavanshi, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Abhishek Sharma, Prabh Simran Singh, and the other guys coming up. Sanju Samson finally has joined the party. Otherwise, he was lagging behind, back-to-back failures, and especially coming at a cost for Chennai Super Kings and no Mahendra Singh Dhoni around. It was very, very difficult, and I'm sure Satish Bhai must have been frustrated having seeing Samsung fail for CSK. I mean, considering he comes from that part of India. But again, yeah, yesterday CSK might have have breathed a sigh of relief with that kind of win. I mean, that's quite a huge total. Samson starting and then a youngster like Ayush Matre back-to-back 50s taking forward the total shows that these youngsters don't fear the big stage. I mean, yeah, Ayush Matre has been part of Mumbai. Of course, he's grown up here. He's taken played in the Mumbai Maidans and showed his true colors, his talent in Mumbai. Then taking then the big stage of domestic cricket, followed by India under 19, where he won the title as captain. While just look at the way yesterday he performed well. I mean, the way he delivered, he just had to carry on, and he did it. I mean, the other guys also joined the party. Shivam Dubey with those special cameos, like he's done wonders. But yeah, I give credit to Sanju Samson, but I'm disappointed with Ruturaj Gaikwad. I mean, having leading the side in absence of. I mean, obviously he's been appointed the captain, but when there is no your senior player around like Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who has held the affairs for a long time, you miss that part. But again, Ruturaj has to pull up his socks as captain as well as the individual batter. Otherwise, I don't know what's the future ahead for Chennai Super Kings if the captain is failing. I think Satish would take that forward.
David Brooks, Toss Rizvi raised a very important point apart from the clarification on the law of averages. But David Brooks, he mentioned that, they've come all to the party. The youngsters, the under 19 guys have been dethrowing the other openers out of the system. Do you think it's a cause of concern or a cause for celebration? Because you've suddenly got, apart from 6 wicket keepers for the country, you also have 12 openers vying for 2 slots. Do you think it's good days for India?
It's a cause for celebration and a cause for some concern to every cricket fan outside of India, because that sort of talent coming through, the gap is always beginning to show now. The talent coming through the system in India is phenomenal, isn't it? And the fact that you've got so many young performers, not just finding their way, but immediately announcing themselves. I mean, Yeah, it augurs very well for Indian cricket, doesn't it, to have this talent pool coming through. And I read somewhere that participation in cricket is up 15% year on year in India at a time when it's static in most other countries. You know, that's phenomenal growth, isn't it? And you're going to discover so much talent out there.
Well, absolutely. Well, there's an interesting anecdote coming here, and this is for Satish and Toss Risby. On the players they were there, you had Rizvi, Nishanka, Nigiri, Miller, and Stubbs. They scored 127 runs in 90 deliveries, whereas Sanju Samson scored 115 in 56 delivery. But more importantly, Sanju Samson's price was 18 crores, and Samir Rizvi, Nisankal, Nagiri, Miller, Stubbs, all five of them together was the same price as one Sanju Samson. I think did it prove out that somebody put their money right on Sanju Samson in the right way as compared to the five of the Delhi players? Your views on this?
I would add one more point. It was Sanju Samson who went and told Noor to bowl a little slow to get that wicket. So add that to that performance. So he's more worth than he's a match winner. Sunil, I've been following him. As I mentioned in the previous chat shows, I've seen Sanju Samson score a very good 70 along with Shreyas Iyer in the Under 19 World Cup in Sharjah Stadium. So I've seen him since then. The one part which I was always against him was it's such a phenomenal talent. He never maintained that consistency. He never put that full use to it. But yesterday and recent times after the World Cup, what I see is he is now shows that maturity, and he doesn't go bang bang all the balls. Waits for his chances. I think in the middle phase somewhere down the line, he was not able to score the same way as he was at least in the start. So he waited for his time. Then once the ball became a little old, he started hitting, and even towards the end, he was slightly slower. So that's where I thought maybe the team management felt Aish Matre or somebody should increase the pace. They retired him. So I would say Sanju is now probably is reaching the top of his skills in terms of maturity, in terms of his mental ability, and I only feel that he continues this way and shows that he is not just the one match wonder, which he was always showing it for Rajasthan Royals. He could come up with multiple knocks and take CSK to the next stage of the IPL 2026.
Tosrisby, Tosrisby, you want to add on to that creative image that is going on television where five players, Rizvi, Nisanka, Nigiri, Miller, Stubbs, they scored 127 in 90 deliveries, and the price purse was all put together was same as Sanju Samson. Well, how would you react to the fan trolling that usually happens in IPL season?
No, not surprising at all. I mean, Sanju brings that value. He's done it for Rajasthan Royals. He has to carry on the momentum. I mean, you will see. I mean, if Ruturaj doesn't perform, he could be appointed the leader. Maybe half of the season if Chennai doesn't deliver, because you can see the leader in him. I mean, he's done it for Rajasthan Royals. Yeah, unsuccessfully he hasn't managed to win the title, but he's taken the team close. Of course, he's if the runs keep coming with the bat from the bat, definitely he has the potential. That's why one of the reasons. I mean, it's not just like that they blindly put money on any other guy or just player. They have a strategy in mind. They have a future in mind. And CSK is known for to bet on horses that have delivered. I mean, you have seen in the past the Daddy's Army, the biggest superstars in FAF and other a lot of cricketers, Rainas and the Jadeja, and they have persisted with them, and that is one of the reasons. The only issue here is they have to find a core. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to, like how they had Raina, Dhoni, of course, led the way, or maybe Ravindra Jadeja and the other guys, Ambati Raidus. They don't have the core. That is one of the reasons why they haven't been able to deliver. I mean, the core plays that important role, and the rest of the team surrounds them. They play all around it. So somewhere or the other, that is where they are lacking. So I'm not surprised. I mean, it's not even a debate, I would say, because all these, of course, David Miller is an impactful player, or maybe Tristan Stubbs is a youngster. Samir Rizvi, yeah, 8.5 crore he was bought before being again released and bought at 95 lakhs. So they have a long way to go to make breach that bracket of 18 crore. Yeah, but you never know. This is IPL. To next year, you might see Samir Rizvi going for 25, 30 crores, and it's only getting bigger. So yeah, it's not surprise at all. Anyway,
Sunil,
Toss,
sorry,
tell
I
us
have to add to
something
that
that.
point.
anyway, the money is going to go in some Samson's bank accounts, not us. So yeah, have to be.
Sunil, Sunil, just another point is if you look at the top 10 in the batting or the bowling of the IPL this year so far, not as, excepting Samson, no other player from the T20 World Cup winning team is figuring there. That shows the depth and the
Well,
potential of the
Yeah.
team there,
Mm.
the youngsters.
Well, absolutely. Well, absolutely. Well, moving on to today's match again, the excited and agitated Toss Rizvi when it comes to Mumbai Indians' performance. They haven't been playing up to their potential. Toss Rizvi, what could be the reason of Mumbai's versus today's match RCB? What is your take on the matches, the historical records today? And then we move on to David Brooks with his favorite topic on this world, Virat Kohli.
Interesting crashed and back-to-back defeats shows that Mumbai has a lot to do. And then you have a RCB in front of you, which has been doing pretty well. Started off very, very well, unlike the past seasons where they were like here and there. So I think it's one cracker of a contest. Both teams are desperate. RCB is desperate to carry on the momentum, get back into the wins after being defeated by Rajasthan Royals. Again, same with Mumbai Indians, and both the common factor for both of them, both the teams have been smashed by Suryavanshi, none other than the superstar. Whether it's Jasprit Bumrah or Josh Hazelwood, they will be happy. They'll be that there is no Suryavanshi in the opposition. So yeah, they will be happy playing around themselves. Virat Kohli and
David
Rohit
Brooks,
Sharma contest.
David Brooks, it's the mighty and the mightier taking against each other. You have the Virat Kohli, and against him is Rohit Sharma and Jasprit Bumrah. Forget the newcomers like Surya Kumar Yadav. But when you look at the contest between Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, what do you make up of this? Is it the pinnacle of T20 cricket short-term format rivalry?
Well, it's great to see the mix of youth and experience that we're talking about here. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with Toss that the bowlers will be breathing a sigh of relief that they're bowling to adults today. There's no 15-year-old making them look silly or making them look ridiculous. But yeah, love to see Kohli bat, as you know, and he's looking in good form. I think he's ready to get a big one. I mean, just my comment on the Mumbai Indians is the over-reliance on Jasprit Bumrah. You know, the rest of the bowling has been poor. In particular, I'm interested in Trent Bolt. You know, how these guys, when they stop playing international cricket, do they deliver in the same way? You know, he didn't play much in the run-up, and he's been a shadow of his former self. Yeah, he'll probably get better as the tournament goes on, but there's a weakness there to exploit. And as far as RCB is concerned, the depth has really impressed me. You know, the fact that you've got, you know, people putting their hands up all the way down. So, yeah, a great game. And I'm not surprised to hear that the tickets are hot tickets when you've got this array of certainly the Kohli versus Sharma going on there. The two Pandyas brothers against each other. Very interesting. Can I put a shout out for Rutherford, Shafane Rutherford? He's batting too low. You know, he's a really good bat for Mumbai Indians. Should be higher in the order. I think he's one of the best ODI records anyway, and I'd like to see him get in with a bit more time to bat. I think he's a real star in the making. Not the big bucks, but I think he could offer some good value.
Well, absolutely. David Brooks created a nice kind of emotional stir-up here. Brother versus brother. It's the Pandya brothers. Satish, my question to you, does it remind you of the the Manmohan Desai blockbusters of the 70s and the 80s, brother against brother, and then finally coming together? Is it that one of those kind of things together today?
Yes, obviously they both wanted to each. They are very competitive and they know their strength each other. They've grown up. They grew up together. So it is going to be a different kind of a battle. It's for the bragging rights, basically, at home. Maybe when they sit on the lunch table or the dinner table, they could have the bragging rights. This has been going on for many years, but I still feel Hardik will have a will have to come up and then do something special today to make sure that he doesn't suffer the taunts from his brother who is a pretty good like skillful player in terms of mental aspect of the game. So he needs to be on top of his game. So it's going to be a fun event, Sunil. Like, I'm looking forward to it. And of course, having said that, the Mumbai has always been a slow starter. So it's just that they have just one win in 3 games. I'm sure they will come back and like yesterday, what Chennai did at home, they are coming back to their fortress and the local crowd, the Mumbaikars, the Paltons will be there to cheer them up. I think this will be a game that they'll be turning the campaign back and then they'll be back in the running is what I feel.
Well, absolutely. In fact, we're talking about Mumbai Indians versus RCB today at the Wankhede Stadium. Of course, we have few of important anecdotes that we should read about. Is Virat's lucky draft. RCB wanted Manish Pandey in 2008, but settled for Kohli at just $30,000 as a backup. I mean, this is one of the historical anecdote. Again, our team has put together 82 by Kohli and AB de Villiers, 133 of 59 deliveries, smashed the highest T20 partnership ever in 2015 against the Mumbai Indians. Malinga's no ball controversy is all there. AB's insane senior cameo of 41 of the 11 deliveries here. But let me ask Tos Rizvi. Tos, you're a Mumbaikar. You've grown up virtually in Wankhede Stadium. What is that one memory of IPL, one memory of RCB, and one memory of Mumbai Indians put together? What is it that stands in your mind, heart, and eyes?
No, I mean, there are many. I mean, it's very difficult to count in. But then I remember that Aditya Tare, 6, that
Tare.
reminded me of that Javed Miandad 6. He came on the last ball when it was needed like for 5 runs. I mean, that is closest. And then the laps that Mumbai Indians keeps taking with Sachin Tendulkar, leading the way. Of course, Diya Patil, the first year when it was started, the IPL, and how Lalit Modi had made those arrangements, especially in 2008. I remember, I mean, with 3D TV and all in the press box. That makes something interesting. Of course, on the field, a lot of things are happening, keeps happening, but this is something special. I mean, the Tare
David Brooks.
incident, a lot of
Yeah.
memories, a lot of performances have been delivered by Mumbai and Mumbai.
Well, absolutely. The names that Tos Rizvi is talking about, they're currently in the commentary box of IPL. David Brooks, if I were to ask you, if Manish Pandey's backup, Mr. Virat Kohli, wasn't picked as a backup for the player, what would have happened to the game of cricket if Kohli wasn't discovered in IPL?
Well, he would have proved himself in all formats. He would have been impossible to ignore because, his first-class record, his 50-over record. I can't foresee that talent not having been discovered and surely would have come good in the IPL at some point. I'm amazed by that stat, though. That is a really interesting historical stat. It just goes to show the growth that we've seen in the man. And the appetite remains, doesn't it? The appetite for the game remains. And, you could argue that he stopped playing the other formats far too early. Forced out, I believe, by by the coach.
Well, absolutely. That was David Brooks, the unofficial general secretary of the fan club of Virat Kohli in India. Apart from that, we are today skipping the final moment of asking what your favorite team is in today's match. I think the fan doesn't need to know which team is the favorite because they're so evenly poised when you look at the batting order, the fielding order, the bowling part. Well, on that note, let me take you back to my studios. Don't go anywhere else. We'll be back after a short commercial break, and thank all my star panelists to join us on this Cricketer Show. Thank you very much.